A lot of espresso has been flowing in the last few hours as we've been testing grinders, including the Profitec Twist SD54, which is standing right next to me. From the house of Profitec, a single dosing grinder with 54mm burrs, and it performed pretty well. The detailed test video is online, but I want to summarize it for you again for everyone who wants to quickly and concisely learn the results of our test. Here it is beside us, the little twist from Profitec called the SD54, and once again, it's a single dose grinder. That means you put 18 grams of coffee in the top, and ideally, 18 grams of coffee come out the bottom. That's the principle of single dosing. And it's a great principle if you want to switch between different coffees occasionally. Nowadays, these are also available from Profitec. Profitec ECM is a German manufacturer that builds cool machines, espresso machines, but also the occasional grinder. And when it comes to grinders, we've been waiting for Profitec to release a new grinder again, this time with that great single dosing feature. And here we have it. Overall, I can confidently say the grinder performed exceptionally well in all aspects. And perhaps we should start with the most important, the espresso performance. How does the espresso taste that you make with the grinder? Super delicious espresso, very dense, very creamy, fine. Exactly how I wanted it, and that's exactly how it turned out. That naturally depends very much on the particle distribution of the grinder. Particle distribution means the distribution of the material being ground, and we can say that it is truly exceptionally good. Many uniformly sized particles, delicious espressos as a result, which are balanced, which are smooth, which are creamy, and which bring out everything from your coffees. And I would say well suited for lighter roasts, for medium roasts, but perhaps also for a decaffeinated coffee. And that's exactly what I find really exciting about single-dose grinders, that you can really say, I prefer dark, I prefer light, and he or she prefers decaf. You can do all of that because you can relatively easily switch from one bean to another, because you can also simply adjust the grind size, and because you don't have a filled bean hopper. So how does switching from one bean to another work? Here, we have to say it works relatively well. There's a small catch, and it's due to this display right here. The grinder is entirely capable of delivering very precise grind settings to you without any issues. You have to look at it a bit from above, which is a bit impractical if you're not very tall or if you're in a wheelchair, but otherwise, you can actually read it quite well. It's a bit of a shame that this gear isn't perfectly aligned with these indicator lines, which means you naturally end up focusing more on the gear rather than on these small lines. The lines would actually correspond precisely to the gear. I'd say each line is roughly 0.3 or about 3 small marks in size. And that makes it a bit more challenging. Sometimes we didn't find it so easy to return to the grind setting if we had oriented ourselves at the wrong spot, which could throw things off a little. You really need to spend some time getting to know the grinder, but once you do, it's definitely manageable to switch between different coffees and recipes seamlessly, and you still end up with a good result in the cup. The grinder is on the louder side, but it's not unpleasantly loud or disruptive in any way whatsoever. The sound isn't unpleasant by any means, but at 84 decibels, it clearly falls into the louder range of grinders within its specific category and class. On the other hand, it's relatively less prone to temperature sensitivity, which means it doesn't tend to overheat. From batch to batch, even when processing more batches, we've observed no significant heating of the material, which is definitely a positive aspect. What's less positive, or at least should be mentioned, is that it doesn't belong to the grinders with the least retention. Instead, I'd say it's in the upper range of single-dosing grinders, in the upper mid-range with 0.6 grams. After a grind, after one grinding, 0.6 grams still remain in the exchangeable retention. In the permanent, it's just 0.2, great, but in the exchangeable, it's still near 0.6. Even with using the blower, this retention stays. It's comparable to other grinders in the same category, though there are some in this category that handle this task significantly more effectively. And there we still see a bit of room for improvement for the grinder. What we definitely recommend is to occasionally remove the front part here, the spout, where the coffee comes out, because over time some coffee residue does accumulate there. That's actually pretty simple to handle. You can just use a hex key to unscrew it from the top, clean the grinder quickly, and you'll have already taken care of the primary spot where coffee residue tends to accumulate over time. It definitely works really well, no doubt about that. However, fully disassembling and opening up the grinder is a bit more complicated and requires more effort. Unfortunately, you lose the grind setting there. You really have to take everything apart, remove 3 screws, and unscrew it. It's not super easy, but it's doable. We'll show you in the longer video how you can do it step by step. And maybe our cleaning video, which we recently recorded, will help you with that. We rated the cleaning capability as moderate because here the grind level keeps adjusting. However, it's quite straightforward to locate the 0 point and then recalibrate it accurately and effectively again. Speed is not the strength of the grinder, it's actually one of the slower ones, taking around 15 seconds. I believe we measured 14.7 seconds to then grind out 18 grams from the grinder. This is no speed monster by any means. This little grinder's performance is certainly influenced by the small grinding burrs as well. And yeah, it's not a grinder you'd use for speed, although interestingly enough, it does have some noticeable quirks. The temperature doesn't rise or hardly rises, which in turn also shows the grinder could do it in principle. You just have to give it the time. So much for the Profitec Twist SD54. From Profitec. A small, great, nice, and stylish grinder that pairs perfectly with a Profitec machine, one that can really nestle up to it seamlessly and also matches well in terms of size and overall design. I would say it's absolutely fitting for the Profitec machines, but of course, the Twist also looks fantastic alongside other machines as well. If you want to learn more, check out the full video. Watch the English video if you'd like to hear it in English. Check out the blog post, I'd really love that. If you're into it, go ahead and follow this channel too. Leave a like. It pushes us to make more videos. We're already driven, but it drives us even more. Thanks. Bye. See you soon. Take care of yourselves.